Hey everyone, welcome back to Laws of the Game. This is episode 8. And this episode, we have a very special guest. And this is the second part of our series featuring the NCAA and UAP MVPs. Last episode, we featured San Beda's goalkeeper and finals MVP, Mark Pellejo. And this episode, we have a very special guest. He is the finals MVP or co-finals MVP with his teammate this past UAP season. He is one of the University of the Philippines' attackers, and you could say that he you know etched his legacy in UP men's football team history through his importance or his contribution this past finals. It's Florence Takardon. Welcome, brother.
Hello, thank you. Thank you for inviting me here.
Okay. And sige, wala nang paligoy-ligoy pa. Let's start with, I wanted to know first and foremost, like, yung beginnings mo as a football player. Paano ka nagsimula mag-football? And sino yung siguro naman yung mga earliest inspirations mo?
Um, I think our family started
Mm.
kasi yung si Kuya Fidel, yung oldest namin, hinahanapan ng sport ng parents ko. So I think they tried a lot of sports and then when they went to football, parang one of the coach sa Atletico Diliman pa yun eh. Parang si Coach Ben na ngayon nasa Claret na. Parang nakitaan daw ng potential si Kuya. So, kinuha siya, pinalaro siya sa varsity ng Claret, and then sunod-sunod na kami magkakapatid. I think I was like 3 years old pa lang nung time na yun.
Mm.
Nagsisipasi-pasi pa lang ako habang sila nagta-training. And then, ayun, my parents saw na doon kami pinaka nag-enjoy sa sport na yun. Like me, si Kuya Fidel, and si Kuya Francis. Then, tuloy-tuloy na siya when I went to Claret, kinder. Kinder pa lang, pinag-varsity na ako kasi
Okay.
kulang yung players nila, Kuya Francis. They were like grade 1 and prep. Tas ako kinder, so kulang-kulang sila. So sinasali-sali na nila ako dun. And wala na akong maalala since then. Siguro, naalala ko na lang mga grade 3 na ako, grade 5 around that time na. Tapos tuloy-tuloy na siya until dumating ako ng UP.
Mm.
Tapos, ayun, parang since then siguro, ilang taon na ba? 20 years! 20 years
Oh,
of playing
wow.
football.
20
Yeah,
years.
it's all because of my brothers, lahat ng family ko. Support din naman kasi sila. And ayun,
Okay. If I may ask, sino naman yung mga earliest inspirations mo? Was it your brothers talaga?
parang wala. I think dun
Wala.
lang kasi talaga ako nag-e-enjoy.
Mm.
Parang wala naman akong tinitingala nun. Parang syempre, hindi mo na maiwasan yung mga football stars na wow, ang galing.
Oo.
Pero hindi yun yung pinaka nag-motivate sa akin to play. I think it's the passion talaga na na-build
Passion.
ko nung bata pa lang.
Okay.
So, yun.
Can I ask, bro, was it within your family? Kayo nga, apat kayo. And then if people don't know, there's another one coming up the high school ranks. Was it competitive in your household? Or medyo naman nagtutulungan naman kayo? Or,
Na very competitive kami lahat dito sa bahay. As in, sobrang competitive. Parang we would used to play around the house. Sa football lang. As in football, basketball, mga typical sports. Tapos minsan inaaya namin kapitbahay namin, mga neighbors namin to play football with us. Even though inaaya nila mag-basketball, may mga times, "Dep, football try natin." Tapos mga ganong bagay. Tapos pagdating naman dito sa aming magkakapatid, parang ano kasi, paano ba to? Basta super duper competitive namin dito to the point na parang aasaran na kami, nag-iiyakan na kami kasi nagkakapikunan na. May mga times I was like 5 years old pa lang naglalaro namin ng football dito sa bahay. Tapos my two little brothers kasi malayo yung age gap ko sa
mm,
next kong kapatid kasi ngayon, ayun nga, graduate na ako tapos siya papasok pa ng college.
yes.
Parang, I think he was like 3 years old, 4 years old, kinakalaban na namin siya sa bahay. Kasi wala, they wanted to, parang nag-enjoy din sila sa football. So, ganun yung naging nature dito sa bahay.
Okay.
Everyone else was like really playing, tapos
Mm,
lakas namin mag-asaran sa isa't isa.
mm.
Tapos, ayun, nagkakapikunan. Very, very competitive talaga.
Okay. In connection with that, bro, gusto ko malaman, in your opinion, objectively, sino yung pinakamagaling na Takardon brother from the four of you? Was it, well, hindi pa natin alam kung anong gagawin ni Philbert in college, but sabi mo nga, sinasabak mo na siya, ay, kayo, sinasabak niyo na siya early on. So, who do you think will be the best or is the best?
Actually, 5 kami.
Lima,
Me,
okay.
Fidel, Francis, me, tas Philmar and Philbert. Philmar's the one graduating. Si
Mm,
Philbert may isa pa siyang taon sa high school.
okay, okay. Dalawa pala,
Tapos,
okay.
dalawa sila nun. For me siguro, I think everyone will, lahat yung magkakapatid, agree kami na si Kuya Fidel talaga yung pinaka, one of the best
Mm,
talaga. Parang, yun nga, unfortunately, nagkaroon siya ng career-ending injury. Pero, with the, parang from his career, iba talaga yung naabot niya, iba talaga yung skills, levels. And, ayun, feeling ko siya talaga yung pinakamalayo sa amin magkakapatid. Ang layo
okay.
talaga ng narating niyang skill. If ever, I think if ever he still plays, I think nasa abroad na rin yan eh. Kaya niya
Mm.
talaga that's how good he is talaga. Even the coaches, I think even the coaches agrees with me kasi iba talaga yung nakita nilang level kay Kuya Fidel compared to us.
Yes, for those who don't know, UAAP season 80, Rookie of the
Season.
Year, Philbert Tacardon. And okay, going back to your journey naman, bro. Going back to Claret School muna, in high school. Kwentuhan mo kami, like, what were some of the most memorable moments in high school? Nagpalaro ka ba, first and foremost, bro?
Yeah, nagpalaro ako pero
Okay.
hindi ko na-represent yung Claret kasi tinalo
Mm.
kami ng NU sa finals ng
Oh,
NCR. So
okay, okay.
nirecruit lang ako ng NU nun, ng Manila. Memorable, most memorable. Um, Feeling ko yung 2018 before the palaro. Parang Rifa, syempre Claret, so Rifa lang kami nun.
Mm,
Siguro yung natalo kami ng finals. Since nagulat ako kasi we were on a high note eh.
mm.
Parang we were undefeated that season. Tapos pagdating sa finals, talo kami. As in nabigla kami. I think everybody was relaxed that time. So, tapos hindi, sige, ano na lang. Memorable
Okay.
experience na lang. Yung trainings ko with Coach Bob. I mean, if a lot of people know si Coach Bob, he's a very ruthless coach. And onting mali mo lang, parang, yeah, it's different kind of punishment. Tapos parang may one time, I was late sa training kasi I had
Mm.
the parang makeup exam. Tapos, tapos nag-functional training na kami, tingin ko sa defenders versus attackers. Tapos pinasok, kasi pag si Coach Bob kasi pag na-late ka, don't expect to train na. Even if kano ka valid excuse mo, wag ka na mag-expect na makakapag-training ka. So ako noon, di ako ready. Nag-warm up ako just to show coach na I still want to train. Warm up ako mag-isa. Tapos tinawag niya ako, so nagulat ako. Kasi nagulat lahat na papalaruin talaga ako. Pagpasok ko, pagpasok ko, parang trinay ko mag-through ball, na-block, tas umangat, kinamay kong ganun. Tinap ko na yung laro. So, so si Coach Bob, galit na galit. Eh, dun kasi sa Claret, parang around the field, merong parang barricade
Mm.
na, ewan ko, may pader, tas may barricade. So, ang ginawa niya, pinasabit niya ako dun sa may barricade ng sobrang until the end of training. I think nakasabit ako dun for 1 hour. 1 hour straight lang nakasabit. Pag bumibitaw ako, sisigaw siya, sabit! Tapos sasabit ulit ako ng gano'n. So, feeling ko yun yung pinaka-memorable kasi it defines Coach Bob talaga as a
Mm.
coach. Kasi he's a very disciplinarian coach talaga siya. Pero hindi naman siya nananakit to the point na physical abuse.
Mm,
Ano lang
yes.
talaga. And I think yun yung pinaka naging memorable sa akin kasi even though na ganun yung naging experience ko sa kanya, I still love him as a coach kasi
Mm,
ang layo nung development na binigay niya sa akin.
mm.
Di binigay niya sa Claret as a whole.
Yes, and
So,
yun, sabi mo nga, parang yun yung foundation of every young athlete. And then, of course, it taught you guys yung mga siguro discipline and
mm.
then, respect for the overall game and your teammates na nga. So, gusto ko din malaman na um, if you were ever given a chance na palitan anything about your development nung nasa Claret ka pa, anong masasabi mo about that and meron ba if ever?
Para sa'kin wala.
Wala.
Kasi actually, lahat ng mga naging coach ko, naging UP players din sila eh. As
Mm.
in, naabutan ko pa naging coach ko si Coach Anto, sila Coach Popoy sa Claret. And everybody talaga, parang yun talaga yung naging development ko. Laking tulong talaga ng Claret. Ang layo nung in-improve ko. Siyempre, ang layo nung in-improve ko and yung discipline talaga na binigay sa akin ni Coach Bob na attend training at all cost talaga.
Yeah.
Kasi iba talaga yung mararating ng ganun eh. And yun yung pinaka siguro nag-stick sa akin kay Coach
Mm.
Bob na even though gaano ka nakapagod, you just show up.
Yeah.
Kasi you want to, you have to. Mga ganong bagay. And nakapagod siya kasi sa kulit kasi bawal magbakasyon talaga. As in, zero chance ka makapagbakasyon. If ever nagbakasyon ka habang may training, huwag ka nang babalik kasi hindi ka napapalaruin. Ganon siya. So yeah, nakaka-burnout siya. Pero yung mga coaches kasi dun sobrang gagaling talaga eh.
Mm.
And everybody was mentored din by Coach Bob.
Mm.
So, yan sila Coach Anto, sila Coach Popoy.
Yeah.
Uh, al sila na yung naging coaches ko nung since sa Karet and tuloy-tuloy na talaga siya. So, I wouldn't change anything at all.
Mm. Well, of course, yun nga, sabi mo, it's a good program and yung parents nyo entrusted like all your brothers and you to stay there and develop as not only a player, as a person also. So, gusto ko lang matanong bro, na additional na question about your time in high school. Kung nakapag UAAP ka in high school, how good would that feel for you? Kasi ngayon nga, part na ng Claret yung
Yung,
Claret sa UAAP.
syempre, parang sobrang, what's the word for it? Ah, um, hindi lang siya masaya eh. Kasi if ever ako yung isa sa mga magiging first players to play in UAP na Claret,
Mm.
sa something about history na parang kayang lumaban. Kasi
Yeah.
nakakalaban naman namin sila sa Rifa. Yes, they're very good. Pero lalaban kami. Hindi naman kami laging talo, di rin kami laging panalo, di rin
Oo.
sila laging panalo. So, alam namin kakayanin namin if ever. So, every time na naglalaro yung mga kapatid ko, iniisip ko na lang, what if it was my time? Ano kaya mapapala na? Ano kaya maibubuga namin?
Mm.
So, yun yung lagi ko naiisip. And nangihinayang lang ako kasi ang dami sana sa Claret na who could have gone sa UAAP levels din.
Yeah.
Pero hindi na sila masyado nakita kasi, they don't have that much exposure na
Yeah.
umaabot lang sila sa Rifa. So, ayun.
Okay. Okay. Speaking of your time or your brothers nga, Francis during high school also went to Thailand with kasi na kwento nga ni na Dove ni na Timmy nung
Mm.
time ko nung student manager ng Ateneo na kasama nila lagi si Francis sa Thailand. So, ask ko lang bro, may opportunity ka ba noon na mag-Thailand din?
Yes. Nagkaroon
Okay.
ako. Nung graduation ni Kuya Francis, syempre pumunta kami dun family.
Mm.
Pinag-try out na rin nila ako kasi si Coach Jonatas, yung coach nila, nagpa-licensing siya for AFC dito sa AFC coaching license dito sa Claret. As in sa Claret talaga kami yung players. So syempre, nakilala niya ako na, oh, ikaw pala yung kapatid ni Francis, ganito ganyan. Sabi ko, yes, ganito ganyan. So nung time na yun, nung nagko-coaching course sila, kami yung players. Nilapitan niya agad ako after the whole coaching course. I think that was like after 10 sessions. Hindi ko maalala. Pero nilapitan niya ako na sabi niya, if ever you want to come to follow your brother, tell your mom kaagad kasi we can make arrangements, ganun ganyan.
Mm.
Tapos, pagdating, yun, nag-tryouts ako, and then after the tryouts, na-offeran din ako ng scholarship as same as kuya. I think mine was higher than him. Kasi marami na raw kasing aalis na players doon, so they need to recruit more players.
Yeah.
Pero tinanggihan ko. That was
Okay.
siguro one of the regrets na tinanggihan ko siya
Okay.
kasi ang laki ng development ng Thailand sa kanila, kila Dove, kasi I remember Dove, we were same age kasi kami ni Dove, so lagi kami
Mm.
naglalaban, nag-teammates kami. And kaya ko pa siyang pantayan noon eh. And then after he went to Thailand, wow, ang layo na ng in-improve niya.
Mm.
And feeling ko yun yung isa sa mga regret ko na hindi ako sumunod doon.
Mm.
Isa sa mga factor siguro is, nung pumunta ako doon, ramdam ko na hindi ako makakapaglaro. Kasi grabe talaga sila.
Okay.
I mean, grabeng-grabe talaga yung skills nila compared to mine. Tapos yung ACADS pa, parang
Mm,
nung, kasi part of the tryouts, kasi you can't stay sa boarding house. Kasi ilalock nila yung boarding house eh. So, I had to go to the class as well.
okay.
So, yung mga classes, as in, same year lang kami, pero ako, what's happening? Ganun na talaga na sa utak ko. Hindi ko na naiintindihan. So, isa
Mm.
yun sa mga factors. Tapos siguro, isa rin sa mga factor na hindi ako pumunta, is si Coach, ayokong iwan si Coach Bob kasi magtatampo yun. Matampuin yun eh. Pero yun, medyo nalungkot na siya kay Kuya Francis noon. So, ayoko
Mm,
na rin dagdagan. So,
okay.
ayun. Pero niregret ko talaga yun. Layo siguro sana ng skill set ko ngayon.
Mm.
Pero, okay lang.
Oo nga, okay lang yun kasi yun nga, well, like people say, everything happens for a reason and you are where you are because of the things that happened throughout your career or throughout your journey. So, yun, going back to your journey, going back to your path naman, after high school, I've always liked to ask this to my interviewees or yung mga guests natin sa Loss of the Game. Is your commitment to your college naman? And I wanted to ask, well, how did that happen? And siguro was your brothers a big factor in you going to UP? And also, sabi mo nga, yung coaches mo were UP players before.
So, ayun, parang more of yung naging coaches ko sa UP. Kasi
Mm,
nung bata, yun nga, naging coach namin sila Coach Anto. So sila, nung time na yun, I think Coach Anto was coaching UP na.
mm,
So even though wala kaming kilala sa players, we would always watch. Naalala ko may pinanood kaming game sa Ateneo High School field eh. Yun
mm.
yung nag-champion yung UP. We were watching that game. Wala akong maalala pero naalala ko lang nakascore si Balmayor. Yun lang talaga. And since then, I think every time na nag-final sila, lagi kami nanonood as a family. Kahit
Mm,
sa Rizal man yan, sa FEU, Diliman, dun kasi usually yung games noon eh. And lagi talaga kami nanonood. And I think that was the most that inspired me to play kasi ang ganda talaga ng football. Ang ganda na rin ng football program nila.
yes.
Tapos nung patanda ako ng patanda, nag-a-adjust din ng play yung UP and it's one of the key points na nakita ko na parang nagiging modern din pala ang UP. Akala ko sipa lang tas takbo. But no, nagulat ako na throughout the years, they change their plays depending on their players. And I think
Yeah.
yun yung naging nagustuhan ko talaga.
Yes.
Ayun.
Okay. Well, bro, if you can share, were there any other schools na you were looking into?
Wala. Nasa isip ko nun, UP or nothing.
UP or nothing?
Kasi nung time ko, diba, ano siya, online. I think you're my batchmate, no? Kasi
I was
magkaklase kayo ni Liam.
2024.
2024, okay.
Yes, yes.
Ayun nga, yung batch ko nun, parang online, wala kaming UPCAT, wala kaming asset, lahat-lahat, wala kaming entrance exam sa mga universities. So, pumasa ako Big Four, plus
Mm.
Enderon. Ay, hindi, pero yung sa UP, pumasa ako sa Los Baños. So, medyo sabi ko, pag pumunta ako dito, pwede naman ako lumipat ng UP Diliman, tapos mag-football. Pero
Ah.
sabi, ang hassle. Tapos, nag-tryouts ako sa UP. Sa UP lang ako nag-tryouts. It was online tryouts pa nun eh.
Mm.
Tas may part ng ano eh, interview nun is ay part ng tryouts is interviewin kami ni coach. So, in-interview ni coach Anto, he asked the same question. Do you
Mm.
have any other commitments sa ibang school? Sabi
Ah,
ko,
okay.
as in, hindi to pabibo lang sinabi ko, pag hindi ako nakuha sa UP, I won't play football na. Kasi
Wow,
it's been
okay.
really my dream to go to UP football. Tapos if
Mm.
ever I go to other colleges, I'll just study. Wala naman akong, wala.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yun yung naging mindset ko nung going to college.
Okay. Okay. Well, luckily for your fans and the UP community, yung passion mo for UP is paid off kasi yun nga, dalawang championships during your time with the program. So going into your first season naman, bro, what were your expectations in siguro your first season playing, and yung pagbalik mo with playing with your brother?
Nung first season ko, season 85,
Mm,
alat. Kasi lagi yung injured nun, as in, parang to the point na nagulat na ako na nakapasok pa ako sa UAP lineup. Kasi
okay.
di ko na ina-expect, as in every month, I would sustain an ankle injury. As in, laging talagang sobrang hina talaga ng ankle ko. Na meron mga times na sa practice game starting na ako, like pina-practice na yung starting 11, kasali ako, tapos biglang may injury na naman ako. So,
Mm.
nung time na yon, I think they were just expecting me to play for 30 minutes max. 30 to 60 minutes, yun lang yun. If ever lumagpas pa yun, it's a miracle na. Ganun na lang yung naging mindset siguro nila, coach. So, para sa akin, I don't, uh, kaya pa maibuga eh.
Mm.
First season ko. I think I could have done better if I really, really managed my injuries well.
Yeah.
Kasi yun lang talaga yung as in may mga sa takbuhan namin, di na ako nakakasabay kasi syempre ang layo na nila. Ako, I had to rest a week. And ayun, lagi. So, Nagulat ako na pinasok pa rin nila ako sa lineup. And then, ayun. So, sayang naman kasi I know I could have contributed more.
Mm.
Eh, parang wala eh. I think nung last game, starting din ako nung last game against FEU. Pero
FEU, yes.
that's the time Yoro died kasi.
Yes, yes.
So, medyo parang I was really ready. Parang sabi ko, sige, final push na to. Kasi if ever panalo kami, pasok kami sa Final
Final
Four.
four, yes.
So, for me, it was the championship game na talaga. Eh, biglang yun, tragedy happened. So,
Mm.
pagdating sa laro, wala akong maramdaman. I felt so numb. Tapos, nagpasub na lang ako kasi hindi ko na talaga kaya. Kasi he's one of my closest friends talaga nun eh. Kasi batchmate kami
Mm.
nun. So, he
Ah,
was really one of my closest nun. Hindi ko na kinaya, nagpasub ako. And, ayun, everything else, yeah, sayang.
yeah. And yun nga, obviously, like there were some challenges in that season for University of the Philippines. And I just wanted to ask, aside from yun nga, your relationship with Yoro, and who are some siguro other players that you look towards or gravitated towards na masasabi mo na kuya mo sila and really took you under their wing na to take care of you?
I think, sino ba?
Kasi for Liam daw, it was Giap.
Yeah, for sure, it was Giyak. Siguro, pwede bang marami?
Oh, pwede naman. Pwede, pwede.
Siguro yung mga FEU boys nun, sila
Okay.
Orlan, sila Parpan, sila Maki.
Mm-mm.
Sino pa ba? Yeah, I think it was, syempre si Kuya, kasi lagi kayo magkasabay pa uwi, so lagi yung nagtatanong ano bang ganyan, ganito. Pero mostly sila, yun nga, kasi nung pre-season of 86, I was part of the Copa and ang Liga team ng
Mm.
UP. And ang kasama ko nun si Parpan.
Or pan.
Si Parps. So kami lagi nag-uusap ni Parps na parang shit, ganto ganyan na parang parang nangihinayang kami kasi we know parehas kasi kami ni Parpan eh, nagka-injury din si Parpan noong
Injured.
85
Yeah.
so hindi siya na masyado nakapagpakita ng galing niya eh. So sabay kami nagagano, sabay kami nag-rehab, sabay kami nakaupo. So lagi kami nag-uusap nun ni Parpan. Tapos, ayun, syempre, si Kuya Francis, iba rin naman si Kuya Francis nun, kasi yun nga, sinabi ko pag pauwi kami, ask him anong kailangan kong gawin, ganito,
Mm.
ganyan. And, ayun, siguro sila yung pinaka naging kuya ko sa team.
Mm. Okay. Overall naman, bro, like we talked about the challenges and the people you looked up to during your first and second years with UP. What's your overall takeaway naman sa as a rookie sophomore, and paano mo yun dinala in your, let's say, junior and senior years na ikaw na yung kuya, ikaw na yung one of the people that the younger ones looked up to?
Um, nung 86, that was my third year.
Mm.
Junior na ako nun. And ang mga freshies nun, sila Benji, sila Ramil. And you know, their skill set are so layo. Ang layo ng skill set namin. Kasi ang galing ng dalawang batang yun eh. Tapos si CJ pa, Donato. They're really good players sila. Fonzie, sila Adri. It's like good batch talaga sila.
Mm.
Tapos pagpasok ko, I wanted to prove something to them.
Mm.
Na I'm not just a pushover. Pero medyo nahirapan ako nun kasi wala pa akong nabubuga for the team. Wala pa akong napapatunayan. Pero even so, I just still talk to them. Parang, hey, ganito kasi yan. Ganito, ganyan. Kahit ako sabihin ko, as in the way that I advise, sasabihin ko, ako, di ko kaya yan, pero alam kong kaya mo. So, dapat ganito, ganyan, ganito, ganyan. Ako naiisip ko lang, di ko magawa, ikaw kaya mong gawin. Mga
Mm.
ganun yung mga sinasabi ko sa kanila. Tapos ayun, there comes a time na sila na mismo lumalapit sa akin for advice, as in nagugulat na lang ako na humingi sila ng advice sa akin na, wow, wala pa akong nagagawa pero yun lang yung
Ah,
naging mindset ko towards guiding them freshies nung
okay,
time na
okay.
yun.
So obviously nga yung season 86 was a very special year for UP. The redemption journey complete. Tapos parang sobrang extra special din sa siguro sa inyo sa Claret din na first season kasi ni Coach Popoy as a head coach noon, right?
Mm.
So um how did it feel like yun nga na to win a championship for Euro. That's your the team's motivation that season, and also um, feelings mo about winning the championship with Coach Popoy na din.
Nung 86, ano kasi ako nun eh, parang a week before you up, na-ankle injury na naman ako noon. As in, starting na ako noon, it was me, Ramil, and Francis on top. It was us na
Mm,
talaga. Tapos, nagka-injury ako noon. So, nung first game, si CJ yung pamalit sa akin. So, it was
mm,
CJ, Ramil, and Francis. Ay, si Kuya. Tapos, second game FEU, di pa rin ako umabot. Tatlo pa rin sila. And then, parang si CJ, medyo nagka-bad game noon.
mm.
So, coach was like, maybe he's not ready because when it comes to big games. So, nangyari, kakabalik ko pa lang against Lasal. I played good naman. And then, fourth game namin against Ateneo, nagkalat ako. Nagkalat ako in terms of defending kasi di ko alam, sobrang napagod ata ako nun. And then after that game, we from 4-3-3 we switched bigla to 3-5-2. Yun na doon na
3-5-2.
nagsimula eh. Parang yun apparently sabi sa akin ni Kuya Fidel, yun daw talaga isa yun sa mga pinakagustong formation ni Coach Poy. It was a 3-5-2 talaga. Matagal niya na daw talagang gustong i-try gawin.
Yeah.
And with the set of players that we had, gumana siya.
Yes.
So, on top nun, I was a striker nun. So, ang position, kakalaban ko sa position nun, si Kuya Francis, tsaka si Ramil. so, so, to the point na, syempre, hindi ko na nahahabol yung fitness ko kasi di na ako nakakapaglaro ng game fitness. So, tinawag na nila akong 10-minute boy. Pero every game I played, I think, yun lang, yung first two games lang kasi injured ako nun. So every game, I'm ready to play kasi alam ko papasok ako kahit 5 minutes pa yan, 10
Yes.
minutes. Alam ko talagang papasok ako. So yun lang naging mindset ko until semis, nung semis naman, parang si Sian biglang ginawang midfield. So
Mm,
naghahanap ng wingback and then si Kuya Francis nilagay na wingback. So pinasok nun si Benji because Benji was playing good for the past few games eh.
mm.
Tapos silang dalawa ni Remil on top. And then pagdating nung finals, medyo namaga yung tuhod ni Benji. So I think he missed like 4 trainings. Tapos nakapag-training na lang siya 2 days before the U up. So nag-decide yung seniors pati sila coach na wag muna ipasok si Benji baka lumala lang yung injury since he was freshy pa lang naman. Pwede pa namang, I mean, mas inaano yung future. So ako yung nilagay on top. I think yun yung as in kinausap ko ni Coach Boy the day before you final. Sabi niya, Floor, kahit 30 minutes lang of good game. Yun lang yung sinabi niya sa akin. Tapos, so, mindset ko towards the game, the finals, na sige, bigay ko lahat for 30 minutes. Wala na akong kahit isang pound na maaga, wala na akong pakibasa. Bigay ko na lahat. Andito na ako eh. So yun yung naging mindset ko to the point na nung finals, kasi yun yung time na puro pressing kami nun, di ba? Parang I
Yes.
think sumikat kami nun kasi puro
Yes.
pressing kami
Yes.
for 90 minutes. And then, apparently dahil sa akin yun, no first half, kasi hindi ko naririnig si kuya nun, pero ang sinisumisigaw daw siya, ano, Florence, baba muna, di na natin kaya mag-press. Gumagano na raw. Eh ako, hindi ako nakikinig. Tapos
Ah,
nung time na yun, nakikita ko si Ramil bumababa. Sabi ko, Ramil, angat, angat. As in, so sa akin siya sumusunod. Kasi kapag di siya sumunod sa akin, magagalit sa kanya si Coach Boy kasi nagpe-press ako, tas siya hindi.
mm.
So, ayun. So, tuloy-tuloy lang ako nag-press nun until nagulat ako na, wow, halftime na pala, umabot ako. So, I think yun yung isa sa mga pinaka-special moment na binigay na tiwala sa akin ni Coach Boy na
Yes.
alam niya may ibubuga ako just kahit for 30 minutes lang.
Mm.
And siguro, ayun, for Euro, I think I wasn't even playing, sorry, pero I wasn't even playing for Euro that time. I was playing for the graduating seniors because
Yes.
graduate ata nung time, 10, 9?
Mm,
That big. So, sobrang dami. Ay, di. So, 8
a
sila
lot.
magagraduate nung time
Yeah.
na yun. So, it was a lot. So, from the 15 lang natitira and isa yun sa mga pinaka naging close ko kasi nga lagi ko kasama si kuya. So, lagi niya kasama yung mga seniors na yun. So, sila yung isa sa mga naging close ko sa team.
Yeah.
So, gusto ko lang ibigay talaga sa kanila para sa kanilang lahat.
Mm,
And added factor na rin siguro si Euro kasi,
yes.
wow. Yeah, redemption talaga.
Yes. Wow, and yun nga, sabi mo, I noticed that also kasi 86 was my last year as a student manager na Ateneo, and I like watching other teams din naman. The 352 really helped. That's yung nagpalit ng season sa ng UP. And naalala ko pa the three center backs, and also that game against Ateneo no second round. I'll never forget that because yung team namin
Ah,
that time, we
yeah,
were
yeah,
so
yeah.
wide.
Stack. Yeah,
Wide.
yeah.
The midfielders were so far away from each other. And then yun yeah, that's because of the press and also the formation of UP. And then yun nga, sabi mo nung finals when you scored, and I talked to Liam about it also na um just protect that 1-0 lead na when it came to uh championship time na nga. So speaking on your relationship with Coach Popoy, bro, I just wanted to um expand that further. Sabi nga ni Liam, or gusto ko matanong, as a attackers from a attacker's perspective, ano yung relationship niyo with Coach Popoy? Kasi I got insight yung kung paano siya with the defenders. Paano naman with the attackers?
Yun nga, napanood ko nga yung ano na yun eh. Kasi inaasar namin si Liam nun eh. Pero, nung tama si Liam, kasi Coach Popo is also a defender, so he really focused on defending.
Mm.
So he brought in his brother, si Coach OJ. Attacker siya nung college eh, kasi ngayon medyo wing back na. And the only thing that stuck with me, that if you're in the attacking third, do your thing.
Mm.
Basta it's for the benefit of the team. So, when it comes to attacking, I think yung tinuturo lang sa amin ni Coach Poy is build up, and that's still the defenders eh. Kung paano mag-build up yung defenders to midfield to strikers hanggang paangat ng paangat. Pero pagdating sa attacking third, do your own thing na. So
Mm.
I think it was Coach OJ who told that to who said that to Coach Popoy na huwag masyadong magalit kapag nawawala yung ball sa taas pag parang ano kasi it's one of the risk na kailangan gawin. Kasi if you don't risk those passes, you don't risk those dribbles, you don't risk those things that you want to do, parang hindi mo malalabas yung tunay na laro. So yun yung naging relationship namin with Coach Popoy. So since yun nga, medyo focus siya sa defenders, nung 88, nung 86, it was Kuya, na parang, sige, ikaw na bahala dyan sa atake, basta, may bubuga.
Yes.
So, pero yun nga, siguro yun yung pinaka-ginagawa ni Coach Poy when it comes to attack. He really wants to look for someone sa taas na kaya mag-lead ng team.
Okay.
So, na to the point na just do your own thing. Ikaw na bahala kapag alam mong pangit yung desisyon. Pero syempre, may mga times na mapasok din si Coach Popoy na parang may kita ka siya na hindi na tumatakbo, ganito, ganyan. May hindi na support, ganun, ganyan.
Yeah.
And, ayun.
Okay, I see. I mean, obviously that freedom that Coach Popoy gave you, it worked nung final seconds ng season 88. But we'll talk about that more in a while. Gusto ko lang malaman before we go to season 88, the finals. Obviously, sabi mo nga a lot of players were graduating nung 86. So, nung 87, it was somewhat a rebuilding year. Pero nakapasok pa din kayo ng Final Four. What were your thoughts naman on that season as a whole and your exit sa Final Four?
Kasi nung time na yun, nung preseason, si Kuya Francis, he was supposed to, parang, he was training with us kasi pwede sana siya maglaro.
Hmm.
Pero apparently, nagkaroon siya ng problem with eligibility sa UAAP. So, last minute siya na-cut. So, syempre, siya yung pinaka nag-lead sa amin sa team. Sila ni Maki nun eh, kasi sila nag-stay ni Maki nun eh.
Hmm.
Tapos, it was a huge loss for us. I think that's the point of, doon na nagkaroon ng something, dami na nangyari. So, we started as 3-5-2, and then, alat kasi nun eh. nung start ng season, ah nag-start ako nung first game. And then, pagdating nung second game, coach talked to me na parang, I really need someone to lead on top until the end of the game. So, sinabi niya, so if you're willing, you play off coming from the bench na lang. Sabi ko, I mean, syempre, nalungkot ako na gusto ko mag-start, gusto ko may buga. Pero I had to accept the role na, yun nga, kasi hindi ko rin kaya mag-last ng game eh. It's my fault din eh.
Okay.
Lumabot lang ako. I think, nilabas ako noon 65th minute eh. Nalala ko yun against UST. 65th minute ako nilabas. Tapos after nun, parang dami na nangyari. Sobrang gulo na ng football ng UP nung, well, apparently, according to Coach Poy, magulo na nga daw yung laro nun. So he
Mm.
wanted someone to lead the team until the end of the game. So, ako yung nakuha ko yung role na yun. Tapos, kasi it was supposed to be Francis nga kasi so nung time na yun, kung si Kuya nandun, I think I would have start every game kasi even if I go out, andun pa rin si Kuya Francis to, to lead the team. Eh bigla nga siya nawala. So, nahirapan kami. So, someone had to step up kaagad na in a snap of a finger dapat may nagsi-step up na.
Mm.
And sobrang nahirapan ako nun kasi yun nga, I'm coming off from the bench. Tapos nung third game pa against Ateneo, 10th minute pa lang na-injure ako. Tapos sobrang namaga yung ankle ko nun to the point na akala ko bali. So I had to rest out for like a month. Month ba yun? Oo, kasi second round na ako nakabalik nun eh.
Mm.
So, I wanted to step up that time kasi Kuya Francis told me na ako na isa sa mga need to step up eh sa atake. Kasi puro bata yung atake nun. So, nahirapan ako na how will I communicate with them? I'm not even playing. How will I give them advice? Di naman ako naglalaro. Pero I still try. I really, really, really still try. Kasi kailangan talaga ng team eh. Kasi to the point na kinakausap na ako ni Coach Poy, sabihin niya, uy, kausapin mo nga to, kausapin mo nga yan, ganyan, ganyan. Tapos yun, nahirapan kami makahanap ng kapalit ni Kuya sa wingback. So we changed to 4-3-3 that time.
Okay.
Bumalik kami ng 4-3-3 nung 87. Tapos, nakalaro na lang ako. Nag-start na lang ulit ako was last two games of the second round para to build my fitness daw until the semis. Tapos, ayun, sa semis, alat. Feeling ko yun yung pinaka-memorable sa akin eh. Kasi, first time ko matalo against 10 men. I was like,
Okay, yeah.
God damn, 10 men. Buong second half. I mean, no. I think 40th minute na red card na si Bailon nun eh.
Mm.
So, grabe yung lungkot ko talaga nun. Eh, nung time na yun, the plan was, labas na ako ng 65th or 70th minute. Umabot naman ako 70th minute, pero for me, hindi sayang eh. Kasi kaya ko pang, since they were 10 men down, they were 1 man down, kaya ko
Mm.
pa mag-push na mag-push. Kasi wala
Yeah.
akong naramdaman na cramps, na pagod. So, kayang-kaya talaga siya. Pero ayun, Coach Poy got red card din.
Yeah.
So, nag-decide tinuloy pa rin nila coaches yung plan.
Plan.
And then, ayun, nung nasa labas ako, nakagol yung FEU, grabe. Sayang, medyo nalungkot ako nun kasi kaya eh, kasi they were 10 men down eh.
Yeah.
Tapos si Maki pa, one of yun nga, syempre wala nang kabatch si Maki nun, kami na lang kausap niya, so medyo naging close din kami.
Yeah.
And it was hard for me to give Maki an exit like that.
Mm.
So, ayun,
Okay.
yun yung 87 journey.
87 journey. Yeah. And obviously, FU and UP and magka-rivals lang talaga yan. And going to season 88 naman, aside from madaming holdovers from 87, you also got super rookies in mga Marino, Karaig, and a couple of other more rookies. But talk to me first about before the start of the season, ano yung mga, aside from championship of course, ano yung mga goals you set out for yourself?
For
As
me,
a final playing year.
gusto ko lang makaabot ng 90 minutes. As in, meron kasi kaming goal setting session na parang
Ah,
bibigyan kami ng index card. Put your blah blah blah, future plans, tas goals mo for this season. As in, nilagay ko lang, wala akong nilagay na championship. Nilagay ko lang, gusto ko mag 90 minutes. Yun lang talaga sulat ko sa index card. So, ayun, luckily for me, we had a long, long ass preseason.
mm,
Kasi that was January until ano eh. Kasi nung 87, di ba, parang biglang nilipat nung first sem. So we
Yes.
only had like
Oo.
3 months of preparation. Tapos pagdating ng January, ayun, ang haba ng preseason namin, January hanggang August. August. Tapos September na ulit kami nagbakbakan.
Yeah.
Ayun, it was a long preseason. So doon ko na na-build yung fitness ko dahan-dahan. Parang I think first time ko in 1 year, 2 injury lang ata nakuha ko. So, ang haba ng preparation ko for it. Pero pagdating nung U-Up, first few moments. So, yun yung mga naging, tapos gusto ko rin maging goal ko nun is to humble down Gian and Josh. Kasi syempre, with their experience, you
Yes,
can't
yes.
blame them if they, they won't listen to you. Na, mga ganyan. Kahit if you're one of the seniors, you would not, parang you would expect them not to. Pero nagulat ako na pagpasok nila, they're so humble.
Yes.
As in every rookie step down back to the ground. Lahat talaga nakabaon yung ulo sa lupa, yung paa sa lupa. Naka heads down talaga, willing to listen, willing to learn even from a guy like me compared to them. So, ayun, I just really wanted nung time na yun was to build a connection with every player before I leave.
Mm.
Yun, build a connection, play 90 minutes, and then humble down,
Mm.
those who needs to be humbled down.
Mm.
So, ayun.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, obviously you have your own personal goals, and also the team's goal is to bring back the championship to Diliman. And during the elimination round, kayo talaga were the team to beat. And you were at the no, at before the final game of the elimination round, you guys were undefeated nga, and controlling, you're playing controlling football, dominating opponents. Gusto ko lang malaman, first question ko about the whole elimination round was how important, or how do you think na nakatulong talaga yung mga rookies going back to the 3-5-2 formation? Kasi I noticed bumalik kayo doon with Karaig and Galsim as the wing
Yeah.
backs,
Sisiyan.
and also Merino as a center defensive mid. Yung basically palitan niya si Maki nga. So how do you
Mm.
think that those additions really helped to fill in the gaps talaga?
Yun pagpasok ni Gian and ni Josh, yun nga, kailangan ulit namin makabalik sa 3-5-2.
Mm.
Well, mostly si Gian. Kasi parang pagpasok ni si Josh as a midfield, someone can ano eh, someone can also fill that role na. Tapos, ang laki, big addition, not just those two. Syempre sila Benz din, sila Remat,
Yes, yes.
sila Sabado. Parang they really kita mo yung ano eh, yung gutom nila to play for UP. For their first year, it's something unimaginable talaga. Kasi ako nung first year ko, I wasn't that hungry to play eh. Pero compared to them, they were really, really, really eager to play, eager to win, and everything else. So, as a senior, nung time na yun, as a final year, yun na rin yung naging mindset ko na parang ayoko mapahiya, dapat mas gutom ako sa mga batang to. Ganun na yung naiisip ko.
Oo.
So, yeah, they were really good additions kasi not just in terms of position, pero they also give that added added will to win eh. Kasi kung sila pa lang, ganun na yung attitude. So, dapat lahat naging ganun na rin yung attitude.
Yes.
So, yeah, I think that's one of the most important detail that they gave to the team.
Mm. Shout out Ramat. I remember his goal against Ateneo. First round, siya yung
Yeah, first round.
grabe. Nalungkot ako nun. Joke lang. Okay, so second question about the elimination rounds. Alam naman natin, or from outside looking in, people see yun nga, undefeated before the last game, um, playing great football. But could you give us an insight naman kung ano yung mga struggles and um, mga roadblocks na naranasan ng team during that elimination rounds that you had to overcome naman?
A lot. Sobrang dami. Kasi yun nga, since January, we've been preparing for this. So, ang daming hindi nakauwi sa probinsya nila.
Mm.
Nung summer, hindi sila, parang, I think, nakauwi sila, pero for a week lang, 2 weeks. So, tapos, nung Christmas break pa, I think, umuwi lang din sila for 2 weeks. So, in a total of 1 month lang sila nakauwi. In a
Mm.
span of 1 year. Ayun, medyo naging mahirap kasi maraming napapagod, maraming na-homesick, nami-miss yung family nila. So, ah isa yun sa mga naging struggle namin sa team kasi we wanted as seniors, we wanted them to find a family here para hindi na nila maramdaman yung pagka-homesick nila.
Mm.
So, yun, isa sa mga naging struggle namin is to build that connection from one player to another kasi pumasok yung rookies, ano na eh, August na sila July, August eh. So, wala na kaming time to build that connection with them.
Yes.
So, throughout the elimination round, that's what we were trying to do. Me, Charles, yung mga seniors, that's what we were trying to do with every one of them talaga. Tapos, once we get close to the freshies, doon na namin sila i-integrate sa team. And luckily, si Gian, si Josh, nandyan na si Fonzie, so medyo close-close na sila, yung mga teammates niya nung bata.
Mm-mm.
Pero the others, yun. So, I think yun yung, ano pa ba mga struggle namin? Um, Siguro yung when it comes to training, medyo a lot of people are getting complacent kasi tuloy-tuloy yung panalo.
Mm-mm.
So, buti na lang nung final game ng eliminations, we lost. As
Yeah.
in, nung natalo kami, sobrang saya ko. So, as in, masaya ako kasi, first of all, first time ko mag-90 noon after 4 seasons. Tapos, second, at least something that can humble us down.
Oo.
We were looking for that eh. Kasi kahit nung preseason, we were undefeated until the finals din nung
Mm.
preseason, Tuloy Cup. Doon lang kami natalo. Tapos, yun nga. So, at least something that humbled us down again. Kaya ang ganda ng start namin when it comes to the season kasi parang all wins kami tapos biglang natalo. So, gutom ulit kami lahat. So, ganun din yung nangyari nung 88. We were winning everything. May isang draw but we were winning everything and then biglang talo ulit.
Yes.
So, really, really blessing in disguise for us.
Mm-mm. So, yun nga, after that loss to DLSU, obviously they got inspiration from that and they were really up for it nung Final Four game and it went down to the wire, literally seconds. Um, Talk to me about your thoughts naman on that free kick or that last few moments nung Final Four game na yun.
Kudos to DLSU. Grabe yung pinakita nila.
Yes.
Nung first half, basta nung first half, when they were gaining a lot of chances, sabi ko, sa kanila na tong larong to. Mas gusto nilang manalo kaysa sa amin. Parang lahat kami nagulat eh. Nagulat kami sa firepower na binuga ng DLSU. Pero pagdating nung second half, I think they were toned na manage namin sila. So they were toned down. So
Mm.
that's the time na I realized kahit anong mangyari, mananalo na kami nito. So, ayun, we were just trying to attack. Tapos, luckily, pagdating nung extra time, yun, na-foul si Remat. So, Ramil. Nung una, ano pa nga eh. Sabi ko kasi, parang pinag-usapan na namin yun sa training, na si Ramil, bawal siya mag-free kick sa malapit. Ibigay yun kay Liam.
Ah.
So, nung parang balak kunin ni Liam, sinigawan ko, hey, bigay nyo kay Ramil. Tapos, nung naka-ano si Ramil, sabi ko, kaya to? Kasi kung
Malaya.
hindi, diretso penalties na to.
Ah.
Eh, pagdating naman sa penalties, may tiwala din naman. Yun dahilan ba't ako sinab nun? Kasi ayoko mag-penalties. Hindi kaya ng loob ko mag-penalties. So, nagpalabas ako nun. Tapos, ayun, pagka-shoot ni Ramil, pagkasipa niya pa lang, nung nakita ko on target, hindi kasi siya kita sa Pilipinas live eh, pero dun sa video
Mm.
namin, kita, tumakbo na ako. Tumayo na ako sa bench, pagkasipa pa lang kita ko ng on target, tumakbo na ako. Kaya makikita mo pagdating doon sa UP, ako yung pinakauna tumakbo galing sa bench
Yes.
kasi alam ko ng goal. Kita
Mm-mm.
ko yung hingin Remil eh. Parang first time na yun na pagkapito, huminga siya ng matagal. Kasi usually pagkapito, sisipain niya na yan eh. Ganyan yun si Remil eh. Pero nung time na yun, nakita ko na, kaya na to. Atin na to.
Yes.
Basta yun, nung kita kong target, dire-diretso ng celebration. Wow, what a, what a
Yes.
free kick.
Yeah, I mean, yun nga, what a free kick. Tapos, of course, one of the best highlights in UAP football for sure. And yun nga, that game, nanood ako na yun sa Pilipinas Live. Sabi ko, yun na, more 120 minutes na. Tapos, sabi ko, why did you foul at that time? Kasi it was final seconds na eh. So, when yan, I think I had the same feelings as you din naman na when Ramil stepped up to take the free kick. I had a good feeling na it would at least be on target, and yan, and there was a goal. So
Tsaka si Jamil din
yeah.
kasi hindi yan ganyan eh. Parang usually before he takes a free kick, binibigay namin yan sa kanya. Parang hindi niya kinukuha yan sa amin. So binibigay namin. So nagulat ako na kinuha niya yun kay Liam. So that says a lot
Mm,
about him being stepping up talaga nung time na yun.
okay, okay. So, yun, because of that free kick, that sent you to the finals against again FEU 86 finals FEU Final Four FEU then 87 Final Four FEU now 88 FEU again. Um, Take us through that game first and foremost. What were your feelings during the game? And before we go into the final seconds of that 90 minutes.
Nung game na yun, sobrang kabado ako. Pero hindi ko kaya ipakita sa mga bata yun. So, so, ginawa ko nun, compared to nung 86, kasi nung 86 nung warm-up, until the whistle, hindi talaga ako nagsasalita at all kasi ganun ako kakabado. Pero nung 88, since ako na isa sa mga pinakamatanda, grabe, sobrang ingay ko nun. Daldal ko, lahat inaasar ko. Parang lahat talaga, lahat pinagtitripan ko nun sa locker room.
Oo,
Kasi ayoko nakikitang may tahimik eh. So, kasi ibig sabihin, nakakabahan sila. So,
kinakabahan.
so ako na lang yung naging maingay. Inaasar-asar ko sila. Nakikita ko si Sian. Nakikita ko si Sian, humihinga ng ganun. Hinampas ko ng ganun. Uy! Tahimik ka na naman. Ginaganon-ganon ko siya. So, pero sobrang kabado ko talaga nun. Sa loob ko, sobrang kabado ko nun. Tapos, pag start nung game, sinabihan ko si Ramil na wag kang wag ka tawag dito, na wag kang bababa to mid-block. Gusto ko mag-press lang tayo 90 minutes. Kung hindi kaya, magpasab tayo. Pero dapat mag-press lang tayo 90 minutes. Kasi if we did that, we will kill FEU's momentum eh. Yun yung
Mm.
nagiging ano namin. And then, tapos, first chance ng FEU, yung volley,
Yeah,
yung what a volley from Teo. I was
yeah.
like, oh my God. Tapos buti na lang, nakita ko na, offside. So I was
Offside.
asking, sinisigaw ko na si Charles, Charles, kasi lahat nag-celebrate eh. So every FEU player went outside talaga, except si Jansui. Tapos si Pescadera, nagtataka na bakit ako sumisigaw. Tapos nakita niyang offside. So nakahabol siya. Pagkasipa ni Charles, it was me and Pescadera na lang. Hinahabol ako ni Pescadera, pero nahabol niya ako kasi late na nga napasa ni Charles. Parang Pescadera was on the momentum to run. Ako, I had to stop sa half line para hindi ma-offside.
Mm.
So, after my chance, sabi ko, kaya pa pala. Kasi after nung goal ni Teo, sabi ko, "Shh, paano na to?" Mga ganun. Pero yun nga, buti na offside. Tapos nung nagka-chance ako, sabi ko, kaya pa. So, medyo gumaan loob ko. Tapos, tuloy-tuloy yung chances namin. That first
Yes.
half, ang dami naming chances nun. So, I knew na parang, okay, sa atin na to. And then,
Mm.
bigla nakascore FEU. Sabi ko, hindi. One chance lang yun out of how many chances natin. Sa kanila, na-score nila, pero tayo, sobrang dami nating chances. So sabi ko,
Mm.
kaya pa to, kaya pa to, kaya pa to.
Yes,
And
yes.
then, as in, to the point na pagdating sa locker, sa halftime, kasi si Coach Boy, when it comes to halftime, he gives us like 5 to 10 minutes alone. 5 minutes alone. Kami-kaming players lang. Actually, hindi. Maabot kami ng 10 minutes na kami-kaming players lang nag-uusap kung ano yung kulang-kulang. Tapos doon na siya papasok sa room.
Mm.
So pagdating namin, syempre may mga nakikita ka na medyo nadismaya, na down kasi FE is leading 1-0.
1-0.
So I was motivated, hindi, atin to, kita nyo naman, dami nating chances, di lang natin nako-convert. Mga ganito, ganyan. So, medyo nabigyan sila ng glimmer of hope na, sige, tama, kaya nga, kasi dami nga talaga nating chances. Then, pagpasok ng second half, yun, medyo nag-lay low na yung FEU eh.
Yes, yes.
And we really kept attacking. Tapos doon ko na-realize, hindi, panalo to. Makascore lang tayo ng isa, panalo na to.
Mm.
Tapos, ayun nga, nung final seconds, pumunta ako sa bench, humingi ako ng tubig. Tinanong ko kailan na lang, sabi 2 minutes. Sabi ko, oh my God, wala na to.
Yes.
Yun na nasa isip ko, as in I was talking to Coach Poy, sabi ko, Coach Poy, Coach, sorry. Nagano na talaga ako sa kanya, as in lumuluha na talaga ako. Sabi, hindi, pumasok ka dun. No? Pagkapasok ko dun, parang ayun, pinaangat ko na si Charles dun eh, nung time na yun. May isang corner, pinaangat ko na si Charles. Ako na lang mag-isa sa baba. Tapos I was also telling Fonzie, baba, angat ka na rin. Pero sabi niya, wag na. Hindi naman na masyado kailangan. So, ayun, luckily, ang ganda nung save ni Jansoy kay Ramil ata yun.
Yes.
Pagka-save niya, binato niya, buti, I risk na, kasi, syempre, mag-isa na lang ako. I saw two FEU players running to the other side of the goal. Buti na lang, nabasa ko from Mon na ibabato niya lang instead of kicking it out.
Mm-mm.
Binasa ko yun. So, yun, buti na intercept ko. Tapos, first touch ko, trinay ko i-cross yun, di ba? Tapos sa block. And then,
Yes.
I kept hearing Gian na, floor, floor, floor. Kasi nandun siya sa gilid mag-isa eh. Humingi siya ng pasa. Humingi, floor, pasa, dito ako, dito ako. And I was like, nah, this is, bahala na. Alam ko na kasi yung last play eh. Kasi narinig ko, tinanong ni, I forgot who from the FEU, pero tinanong nila yung si Mick John, yung referee, kung ilang minutes pa. Tapos sinabi ni Mick John, last play na. So
Final
sabi ko,
action.
you know what? If I do this, last play naman na. Wala na akong magagawa. So, ayun, I tried to play hero ball. Luckily, it worked. Fortunately, it worked. Yun, na-foul
Uh,
ako ni Sambaan. And then, pagka-foul, kita yun
yeah.
eh. Pagka-foul, pagka-check ko, nakaganon si Mick John sa penalty, nag-celebrate agad ako eh. Tapos, nilapitan ko kagad si Charles noon.
Yes.
Parang sabi ko kay Charles, kasi alam ko nang siya yung designated kicker namin eh. Sinabi ko si Charles, sabi ko, Brad, shoot mo yan o hindi, okay lang sa akin. Wala. Kasi parang gusto niya bigyan ng exit. Siyempre, we were close na rin kasi kaming dalawa yung nagkasama-samahan talaga. Sabi ko sa kanya na parang, miss or shoot, ah, okay lang sa akin. Huwag ka mag-alala. So, apparently, according to him, since I said that daw, medyo na gumaan yung loob niya. So, buti na lang, buti na lang daw sinabi ko yun. Kasi kung hindi, baka daw kinabahan siya ng sobra. Tapos makikita mo nun eh. Pagdating ko dun sa bench, I was drinking water ulit. Parang nakatalikod pa ako nung una kasi I was talking to our kitman, si LJ. Sabi ko sa kanya, kung ma-shoot to, champion na tayo. Gumanon
Yes.
ako sa kanya. So, akala ni Coach OJ, kinakabahan ako. Kasi I wasn't looking at the ball daw. Tapos, pagkatalikod ko nung ganun, pagkapito ni Mick John, nag-celebrate na ako ng ganun. As in, nag-celebrate na ako. Nagtataka nga yung mga tao, ba't daw nag-celebrate? Nakikita ko yung mukha ng bench kasi hindi ako nakatingin sa bola. Nag-celebrate na ako sa fans. Tapos pagkasipa ni Charles, narinig ko nagsigawan yung fans. Sabi ko, oh my God, thank you. Hindi ako napahiya. So, ayun, coming to extra time, I knew na it was gonna be ours na talaga. Like, 100% na sa amin na. And yun, luckily the game changers, wow,
Game
Adri,
changer.
Benz, Remat, Ken, sila Potpot, sila Ivan, when they came in, they really gave their all. So, yeah.
Yes. I mean, yun nga, sabi mo nga, na you were confident na mananalo kayo after that penalty kick. Andun ako kasi bro, nung nagko-cover ako ng game na yun. And na-notice ko talaga, after FEU gave it their all sa 1-0 na yun, just to protect that lead. To the point nga, nilabas nila si Libarnes si
Mm.
Theo, to
Mm.
bring in a defender. Pero nung time na yun, when you guys scored the penalty, I was like, parang pagod na talaga yung FEU at that time. So, yun nga, you were able to convert, or Ramil was able to convert another crucial shot. And anyway, credits to FEU also. I remember na, yun nga, sabi mo kay Diansoy. Diansoy was saving everything nung second half
Oh
na
my
yun.
God, grabe. Grabe si Jen Seno.
Yeah. So, ano naman overall, yun nga, you shared your insights on the actions sa game na yon. Overall naman, ano yung pakiramdam mo na you you gave syempre the seniors the exit, and you yourself got the exit that you wanted.
Oh my God, nung after the game, I was crying na lang. Parang we were singing the hymn, we were singing UP Naming Mahal, umiiyak na lang ako. And it's not because we won, it's not because kasi pagod na ako. Kasi ano yun eh, si Coach Henaro, pinost niya yun sa Facebook. We were training for 400 days.
Oh yeah.
And that was like something na, ah, ano na lang, bonus na lang na nanalo kami ng championship. Buti na lang, nanalo kami championship kasi grabe. Imagine, 400, we were like 400 plus training, 400 plus training days. It was really, really, really burned out. I was really burned out talaga nung time na yun. And I was just giving my all kasi sayang naman yung pinaghirapan. So pagdating nung ano, sigh of relief na, buti tapos na, buti nanalo. Gano'n siya, hindi siya yung, yes, panalo, sabi, buti nanalo. Kasi pagod na talaga ako. So, ayun, feeling ko yun yung naging stem ng iyak ko nun eh. It's not because, I'm the, syempre, isa rin yun sa mga, yung iiwan ko na yung team after spending time with them for so long. I treated them as my second family and they were my family dun sa UP. So,
Mm.
ayun.
Yes. And aside from, sabi mo nga na parang byproduct na lang yung pagkanalo niyo ng championship to everything that you've been through with the team. And also, yun nga, sabi nga natin na you became finals MVP with Charles. Question ko naman, sabi mo, it's not about the destination. It's not about the destination, but the journey itself. So, how fulfilling is it to get recognized after all these years? Sabi mo nga, ankle injury, not being able to play 90 minutes, being called the 10-minute boy. So, how does it feel for you personally to win, to get that recognition as finals MVP?
Wala. Wala naman sa akin yung ma-recognize.
Mm.
Wala naman akong pake. I mean, to the point na nung narinig ko yung nung awarding kasi sinabi, Finals MVP. My bad, co-Finals MVP. Gumanon yung ano nun eh, yung speaker nun eh. Tapos sinabi ko, wow, Ramil. Kasi alam ko ng Finals MVP si Charles. Sure na ako dun. Pero narinig ko yung sabi ko, congrats, Mil. Ganun na rin nasa isip ko kasi I really don't care if I get recognized.
Mm.
Kasi yun, na-achieve ko naman goal ko is mag 90 minutes and maging close sa mga bata eh. As in, that was my only real goal. Wala nga yung championship dun eh. So I really don't care if I get recognized. So isa na lang din yung siguro sa mga bonus for me na alam mo yun, the UAAP trusted me, the coaching staff trusted me. Siguro yun yung naging product na lang for me, nung MVP na everybody believed in me when I couldn't even believe in myself na alam mo yun na parang di ko in-expect na magna-90 ako but the coaches, they kept pushing me, they kept giving, si Coach G, he kept giving me running programs para na mahabol talaga yung fitness ko. And ayun, so yun na lang yung naging for me, yun na lang yung tingin ko sa whenever I see the trophy, na ito yung tiwala na binigay sa akin ng buong team, buong community ng UAA, buong team ng buong UP community, ng buong coaching staff. And ayun, especially to Coach Popoy.
Yes. Okay, that's really nice, bro. And final question ko na for this part, and then a couple more questions. You spent your collegiate years with UP and yun nga, UP MFT. You've experienced a lot, highs and lows. What will you miss most about being part of the Fighting Maroons?
The bonding. Yun talaga kasi nung time na yun, nung nasa locker room na kami, I really looked, kasi pinapasok kasi after nun, di ba parang lahat nagsibabaan, lahat nagpicture-picture. So lahat ng part ng team, even the non-UAAP lineup, everyone went to the locker room. So I was just really looking at them, at everyone, tas oh my God, naiyak ulit ako. Kasi yun talaga yung pinaka-mamimiss ko. I would not miss playing football, but I would miss playing with them,
Mm.
bonding with them, going out with them, eating out with them. So a lot of those things, imagine for 4 years sila lang yung lagi kong kasama. Apart from my girlfriend, of course. Pero sila lang yung lagi kong nakakasama nun. To the point na medyo nalulungkot-lungkot na yung girlfriend kasi puro na lang daw team, team, team. Pero yeah, iba yung happiness na binigay nila sa akin throughout the UP, throughout my college career actually. So something that I can't let go easily. Kaya to the point na ngayon nag-start na sila ng training ngayon,
Oh, okay.
bisita. Bisita ako eh kasi wala, nakaka-miss lang din talaga.
Mm.
So ayun.
Okay. So yan nga, I mean, yeah, well, for you, I'm sure na you'll magbibisita ka pa din and manonood ka pa din. Especially baka, well, not to put pressure on your younger brothers, diba? Baka mag-UP din sila in the future. So, last question ko, brother, in this interview, and it's been such a good time talking to you about your journey sa football. Last question for you is, now that you're graduating, what are your plans after graduation? Is there any plans to go to go play professional football?
In terms of football, wala na talaga akong plano.
Okay,
If
okay.
ever meron mang connected sa football, baka coaching na lang.
Okay, coach.
Pero other than that, wala na talaga. Too tired. Very, very tired na talaga.
Okay.
And para sa akin, ganda na ng exit.
Yes, yes. And anong course mo sa UP, bro? In
Public ad.
public ad. So you're going to go like find work around that
I
profession.
tatry ko mag-law school if pumasa.
Okay.
If
Yeah.
pumasa. So I tried UPN and San Beda.
Mm.
Kung wala, I'll go straight to the workforce na. As
Okay.
of now, while waiting for the graduation, nagko-coach ako sa academy ni Coach Popoy, yung
Mm.
Valencia. So doon ako nagko-coach right now. Tapos when I have spare time, I go to the trainings, I help Coach Popoy kasi back to reality yung UP eh. So I think 50 players ata nagte-training ngayon.
Wow. Ang
So ganun
dami.
kadami. Sobrang dami talaga. So Coach OJ's right now is in Cambodia for the Diggers game. Manila
Mm.
Diggers, the Challenge League. Coach Ryan naman, he's part of the U17 coaching staff, the national team. So mag-isa lang talaga si Coach Popoy. So me and Kuya Francis, we're trying to help out Coach Poy whenever we can.
Yes.
So ayun.
Okay. I mean, definitely if playing football tapos ka na, at least the lasting memory of every one of you is winning the championship and then contributing a lot for in that title game. So before we end, brother, thank you so much again for taking this interview and taking the time to talk to us. Before we end, I like to ask every one of my interviewees, who would you recommend naman na next guest natin sa Loss of the Game? And it could be, anyone in the football community, mga teammates mo dati, or coaches, sino?
I mean, syempre, you're featuring the UAP MVP, dapat si Charles sa may interview
Oh,
si Charles.
yes, yes.
Kasi iba rin naman siya talaga yung may grabe contribution sa team.
Okay,
So, ayun. Tapos kung gusto mo ng coach, I swear to God, try Coach Popoy kasi
Coach Popoy.
marami siyang mabibigay na insights or everything talaga. Kasi itong mga insight ko nanggaling lang din sa kanya to. Di naman, pero malaking factor yung mga sinasabi sa amin ni Coach Popoy. Kaya ito yung mga nasasabi ko sa
Okay,
interviews.
yes. I mean, I talked to Coach Charles and Coach Popoy after the game, and yun nga sabi mo nga, especially Coach Popoy, sabi ko sa sarili ko na he's really well spoken and parang ang dami niyang masasabi about the team. So hopefully, let's see if I follow them like you on Instagram. Let's see if I'll get to invite them. But yun nga, thank you again, Flor, for taking the time of your day, and thank you guys for watching this episode. And this has been Loss of the Game, and see you in the next game day. Bye bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you, thank you.
Thank you.